Okay, so synthetic division is a way to do long division, but quickly. Uh, not anything that's going to take very, very long to do. It's a very quick way to do it. Let me show you how this works. Okay, and I'm going to show you by doing an example. All right, so let's do question number 2. Let me show you how this works. So question number 2 is 7a squared plus 35a 6 divided by a plus 5. So this is what it looks like when you do these problems, okay? You're going to create this. This is the first thing you're going to do. I know it looks kind of weird, but we're setting up synthetic division. So there's this little half box in the top left corner, and then you're going to have a line under it. Notice I did leave some space there. You add on top, multiply on the bottom. I know that looks really weird. You'll see me doing this as we go through the process, okay? So, how do we set this up? Okay, you see the big expression, the 7a squared plus 35a minus 6? I'm going to get just the coefficients, meaning just the numbers, okay? And I'm going to write them down. 7, 35, negative 6. Okay? And actually, I forgot to do one little thing right here. I always put a bar. Now, you don't have to do this. This is my own personal thing, because whatever I write on the right side of that vertical line, that's your remainder, okay? That's not actually the way it's shown in any math book. That's just what I do. That's my own personal thing, okay? But anyway, you're going to write the numbers, 7, 35, negative 6. Now, you see the small one that says a plus 5? So that 5, this piece right here, see how it says plus? You're going to write it, but as the opposite of what you see there, negative 5. So far, I hope this is easy. You're just going to get your coefficients. You're going to list them. Then you're going to get that number at the end, and you're going to put it in the half box, but the opposite sign of it. Okay? We'll do 4 of these today. That way you only have to do 4 for homework. Okay, so it might take you 4 minutes to do your homework today. So, all right, what do I do in order to do this process? Well, you drop the 7. The very first number gets dropped. And then, you see how I put plus and times on the left side? Any number on the bottom gets multiplied by the number in the half box. So in other words, these two numbers, this one and this one, are going to get multiplied. So negative 5 times 7 is negative 35. And I'm going to put that right there. Okay? So I'm going to kind of put a little arrow right like this just so you can see it. Now, I have to add, right? You see how it says plus on that line? So 35 plus negative 35 is what? What do I get? 35 plus a negative 35? That's 0. So I'm going to put 0. All right, cool. Now remember, the numbers on the bottom get multiplied by the number in the half box. So what's 0 times negative 5? 0. Right? 0 times negative 5 is 0. And then if I add negative 6 plus 0, I get negative 6. I'm done. I just did all that long division. Okay? What does this mean? Okay. Whenever you do synthetic division, you see how we started with an a squared? See how we started with an a squared? The answers that I get on the bottom, these are my solutions right here, okay? and this is my remainder. The answers are 1 power down. So it's going to be 7a, not 7a squared, 7a plus 0. That's my solution. That's what's supposed to be my quotient when I did this in long division. And then you see my remainder of negative 6. I'm just going to write minus 6 over a plus 5. And I'm done. Now, you don't have to put the plus 0 if you don't want to. You could just write 7a minus 6 over a plus 5. That's up to you. But there it is. That's long division, but done really quickly. Okay? So let me just recap this for you guys. We got our coefficients of the big expression, 7a squared plus 35a minus 6, and we wrote down the coefficients, just the numbers. So 7, 35, negative 6. I put them all right here. Okay? So this one went here, this one went here, and negative 6 went there. And then I got the plus 5 right here, and I said, okay, the opposite of positive 5 is negative 5. That goes on the box. Okay, so there we go, or the half box. Your first step is to drop the first coefficient immediately. It goes all the way down to the bottom. Multiply negative 5 times 7 is negative 35. Now add, right? 35 plus negative 35 is 0. Now multiply. Negative 5 times 0 is 0. Now add negative 6 plus 0, negative 6. And you're done. Once you get to your remainder, you're done. Now, all you have to do is label your answer. In order to label your answer, you're going to start with the 7 and the 0. You can see the ones in blue highlights, 7 and 0. Since we started with an a squared, that's what I highlighted in green, then your answer needs to be 1 degree lower. So instead of a squared, I'm going to go a to the first. So I'm going to write 7a to the first plus 0, because after the a to the first, there's no letters after that. And then minus my remainder over what I was dividing by, right? A plus 5. So negative 6 over a plus 5. And that's my answer for number 2. Okay? So let me show you more of these. That way you can get used to this. Okay? Let me show you more of these. We'll try to do another 3. They don't take long. I know they take long right now because I'm explaining it. But if you're doing this by yourself, they do not take long at all. So let's see. Let's do number 4. Let's just stick with the evens here. So number 4, notice how number 4 is written backwards. It has the 3x squared on the right side, right? And it has the negative 27 in the front. Just rewrite it, okay? Rewrite it. So I'm going to put 3x squared minus 7x minus 27. And then you see how they wrote negative 4 plus x? I'm going to write x minus 4. I'm just going to fix it. I'm going to put it in order, descending order as they call it. Okay, from highest power to lowest power. So I fixed it, okay? I rewrote it so that it's written properly. Now, let's make that half box, that big line right here. I'm going to add here and multiply there. What number goes in the half box? A positive 4, right? Yeah, positive 4. This says minus 4. So right here, I'm going to put a positive 4. Okay? And then next to that box, I got to put my coefficients. So my coefficients for 3x squared minus 7x minus 27 will be 3 minus 7 minus 27. And remember, I like writing like the little remainder wall, right? So I know anything past that last number is my remainder. So your first step, drop your first term. So the 3. Okay, what am I supposed to do with that 3? Look to the left of it. What does it say? multiply by what? By the 4. The 4. You're going to always multiply by this number right here. Okay? So 4 times 3, that's 12. And then you add, right? That line says add. Negative 7 plus 12 is 5. And then you get that 5 and you multiply it times 4 again. So 4 times 5, that's 20. And then get negative 27, add 20, you get negative 7. And you're done. Now you just have to write your answer out properly, right? So this is my quotient. These are the coefficients for my quotient. This is my remainder. Okay? So the 3 and the 5, remember I have an x squared. So that means the 3 is going to get an x to the first. Okay? So 3x to the first plus 5. And then my remainder is negative 7, so I'm going to put minus 7 over, what do I put it over? X minus 4, thank you. So there you go. This is your long division, but we're doing it faster. And again, we did this one way faster than we did the other one, and that's because I'm still talking. If I just shut up and do the work, I'll be done in like 30 seconds. Because I'm just going to drop a number, multiply, add. Then multiply, add till I'm done, then just write my solution, right? It doesn't take long. So I think I told you that one of these was really long. Let's see. I think it was this next one. Yeah, number 6. Check out number 6. So let me put it right here. X to the 4th plus 12x cubed. Now this would normally take you like 8 to 10 minutes to do using long division. Plus 34 divided by x plus 7. Okay, so there's number 6. Notice, it doesn't matter how long it is, you're going to do it the same way. What number goes in the half box? A negative 7. Okay, negative 7. It's the opposite of what you see right here. So negative 7. My coefficients are next. So x to the 4th has a coefficient of 1. Whoops, using the wrong color here. 1. And then there's a 12. And then there's a 38. And a 27. And a 34. And I'm going to draw that little vertical wall for my remainder. It always happens next to that last number. So what's my first step? What do I do with the 1? Drop it, right? You drop it. So we're going to drop the 1. And then I multiply, right? Negative 7 times 1. That's negative 7. Now add. 12 plus a negative 7 is 5. Now multiply. Negative 7 times 5, negative 35. Now add. 38 plus a negative 35 is 3. Now multiply. Negative 7 times 3, negative 21. Now add. 27 plus negative 21 is 6. Almost done. Now multiply. Negative 7 times 6, negative 42. And if I add 34 plus a negative 42, what do I get? Negative 12. Okay. So I'm done. This is my answer. This is my remainder. What power do I start with when I start to write my answer? X to the what? Yeah, the third, because up here it's a fourth power. You always got to start one lower. So here we go. Here's my answer. 1x to the third plus 5x squared plus 3x. You're just basically filling in all the x values. Plus 6. So there's my answer. Right? I just used all those coefficients and I put them in front of the x variables. And then my remainder is a negative 12 over x plus 7. Notice this took me like about 3 minutes. Okay, talking through it, going through it, right? But if I didn't say anything, I'd be going through this a lot quicker. It doesn't take long. Not like if I were to ask you to do this using long division. This would be a 5-minute to 8-minute problem for sure. Okay? Because you got to keep like bringing it down, subtracting, and then what times what equals this and all that stuff, right? This is just a way of doing it without long division. So we've done the longest question. I'm going to give you guys a chance to do one all by yourself here. Number 8. I'm just going to set it up for you guys, and then I'm going to let you guys work on it. But number 8, let me write it out. So this is a long problem. P to the 5th. And let's see if you guys notice something about it. 87p cubed plus 54p squared plus 9p minus 79 divided by p minus 9. So p minus 9. Do you notice anything missing on that long expression? There's no p to the 4th, right? There's no p to the 4th. But whenever you do division, you got to include missing terms. So how am I going to do that? Oh, here you go. So like I said, I'm going to set it up for you, and then I want you guys to try getting the answer. We're going to put a positive 9, right here. Because that's what it says, p minus 9. So we're going to put a plus 9 there. And then a 1, a 0, a negative 87, a positive 54, a 9, and a negative 79. Plus and times. Why did I put a 0 again? Yeah, there's no 4th power coefficient, right? Right, there's a p to the 5th, and a p to the 3rd, a p to the 2nd, a p to the 1st, but there's no p to the 4th. P to the 4th would be stuck between p to the 5th and p to the 3rd, right? The coefficients of 1 and negative 87. So I gotta fill it in with the missing part. So since there is no p to the 4th, I have to put a 0 in its place. If it was missing the 9p, right? Let's say the 9p was completely gone. Then after 54, I would have to put 0 and then negative 79. Okay, so if you're ever missing one of the powers, fill it in with a 0. So I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes. Try doing this and we'll check your answer. Here we go. So drop the 1, okay? 9 times 1 is 9. 0 plus 9 is 9. 9 times 9, 81. Right? Negative 87 plus 81, negative 6. 9 times negative 6, negative 54. 54 plus negative 54, 0. 9 times 0, 0. 9 plus 9 is 9. Okay? 9 times 9 81. Negative 79 plus 81 is 2. I hope you guys, did anybody get this? Is there, so I see a couple of you guys raising your hands. Not too high, but still they're up there. But yeah, this is what it should have looked like when you did that process. Okay, now to write out my answer, it's going to look like this. 1p to the 4th. Remember, 1 power below whatever you started with. So they started with the 5th power. So I'm going to go with the 4th. Okay, then plus 9p cubed minus 6p squared plus 0p. I'm not going to write that. 0p. I don't need to. So I'm just going to put plus 9. So there's my answer. Plus 2 over p minus 9. If you did write 0p, you're not wrong. It's just not necessary. Okay? And this is your answer. So you guys have 4 more problems to do for homework. That's it. Okay? And I think we honestly did the hardest ones. So I guess that's good news, right?